Oh, sorry.
Like free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Salam alaikum and shalom. I'm here on behalf of Jewish Voice for Labour and speaking with the voice of the tens and hundreds of thousands of Jews in this country and across the world who are disgusted by murder and atrocity on a daily basis in Palestine. I was on the last boat to enter Gaza on the eve of Cast Lead. Even before Cast Lead, I saw the destruction in that small enclave, in that open-air prison where people who escaped from the Nakba in '48 have been held in suspense for 70 years. 70 years not being allowed to go home. 70 years without freedom, without hope, without a future, but within trust that one day, Gaza will be free and Palestine will be free.
I'd like to firstly send my condolences to the family of Razan, who was killed so brutally on Friday by the Israeli troops. Somebody who was volunteering to do something that all of us need, that was a very brave and selfless act, and she paid for it with her life. To me, that should be categorised as a war crime. It should be something that we see not as something which is just commented on in the news, but should be something where those soldiers and the people who directed those soldiers going righted for these kinds of crimes. And I think that the very least that our government could do would be to stop arming Israel, would be to stop receiving Netanyahu for talks in Downing Street, would be to break all cultural links with Israel, because we need to make it absolutely clear that these actions are brutal murder and they are not acceptable in any part of the world.
70 years of racism, settler colonialism, genocidal massacres, occupation and dehumanisation. Isn't 70 years of Israel's immunity to international law enough? The Nakba clearly did not end in 1948, and today we demand justice, equality and the right of return. The Palestinian Forum in Britain say no to the normalisation of colonisation, apartheid and injustice. All of us here say no, and enough is enough. Now they say the children will die, and the elderly will die and the children will forget. My name is Liam Mohammed. I'm a 17-year-old British Palestinian, and I stand in front of you today to say that we will never forget. We still demand the right of return. Now their main target is to make us forget it, to disattach us from it. But Palestine will never be forgotten, and we will be the generation to return to a free Palestine.
We're asking you to remember, those of you who can be back here tomorrow at Downing Street, when we are going to be here to greet Benjamin Netanyahu in the way that he deserves to be greeted. Now, when we get to the House of Commons, we're going to have a few moments when we are going to read the names of all of the Palestinians who have been killed
in the last 10 weeks in the Great March and Return. We do that to remember that behind every statistic of those killed, wounded and maimed, there lies a human story. We do not have the capacity to tell you the stories of each of those killed. But I can speak to you today about one. You've already heard her spoken about. Her name was Razan al-Najjar. She was 21 years old. She was from a neighbourhood of Khan Yunis. This is what her cousin Dalia said about her. Razan was a strong-minded girl since she was very young. She always had dreams. She loved life. She was a source of positivity all the time, and being a nurse was one of her dreams. She worked hard to be one. She couldn't get a degree in nursing because of her financial situation, but she went and got training, and she worked as a volunteer for 2 years without being paid. Razan was one of only a handful of women paramedics. This is what she said. Being a medic is not only a job for a man, it is for women too. We have one goal, to save lives and to send a message to the world. Without weapons, we can do anything. In her final interview, Razan said, "I'm paramedic Razan al-Najjar. I'm 21 years old. With all pride, I want to continue helping others till the last day." Later that day, Razan and her colleagues were filmed walking with their hands held high towards the injured, wearing medics vests that were clearly visible. She was shot through the chest as she knelt to treat a fallen comrade. Razan's death was not an accident. 2 medics have been killed, 223 injured, 37 ambulances have been targeted since the beginning of the Great Return March. Now Israel has said it is going to investigate Razan's death, but we already know what Israel thinks. The IDF has told us that the soldier who shot Razan was using standard operating procedures. The Israeli government has told us it is legitimate to target any member of a crowd protesting in Gaza. And Avigdor Lieberman, the defense minister of Israel, has told us that every Palestinian in Gaza, 1.8 million Palestinians, are all a legitimate target. Who killed Razan al-Najjar? We may never know the name of the soldier who fired the bullets, but we know the leaders of the IDF who gave orders for live fire to be used on unarmed demonstrators. We know that Benjamin Netanyahu's government has approved those orders. And we know that Israel's courts rejected petitions from human rights groups, petitioning them to stop the use of live fire. Razan al-Najjar was killed by a racist system of power operated by people who did not regard her as a human being possessing the rights that should be protected. But all of those who failed to hold Israel to account, including our own government, are complicit in her murder. When our government refused to vote at the UN for an independent investigation, it encouraged Israel to continue its killing spree. And when it continues to trade and sell arms to Israel, and when it tells Israel that it is business as usual, no matter how many rights it violates, how many Palestinians it killed, then it is complicit. Israel held the gun that killed Razan al-Najjar, but the UK was one of those supplying the bullets. So today we march now to the seat of our government, calling for an end to the arms trade as the first step of beginning to treat Israel like all nations who violate laws and rights. And as you march, I want you to remember the words of Razan al-Najjar's mother. The message she gave to Razan's cousin that she wanted to be passed on to the world. She said this: "You are Razan now. Hold the torch and keep fighting." That is our vow today as we march in our obligation. To keep fighting, to keep campaigning, to keep marching, to keep boycotting until all Palestinians enjoy what is their birthright. Freedom, justice and equality in their historic homeland. Free, free Palestine!
seen him around before.
Dat zijn...
Let's call it his own thing, yeah. Very, very politically